Welcome. I'm Generational Wealth Coach, Al Life Coach Bush for goal setting, financial investments. Anything you want to, try to accomplish in life. I'll be your guy for that. So, first off, I want to give, all credits to Don Kiki Cigar Supermarket here in Daytona Beach, Florida. Please come check them out. This is the holiday gift package here. Come get your loved ones a Don Kiki cigar and just relax. Sip on some bourbon or red wine or anything you drink, right? So, big shout out to Don Kiki Superstore. Superstore. And it's all, hey man, the owners, they are superstars. And I have to honestly say that along with their team. So big shout out to them. Great partnership, as far as, just trying to, work together and accomplish something great, right? Keep pushing the brand of Don Kiki. Big shout out. So today we're going to talk about something, or this evening, excuse me. We're going to talk about something, that's very crucial in today's time. And that's investments, right? Everybody want to invest into something, right? Whether it be stocks, now it's the crypto, And I gotta be honest. I gotta be honest with you all. I don't do too much of that crypto, but I do more. I'm a stocks guy, right? New York Stock Exchange, and and I tell a lot of people, especially the clients that enlist with me, and they say, Al, what advice do you have? And I tell them, well, the best advice I can give you is start off as a beginner's level. And then you go to the intermediate. And then you go to an advanced. I start off as a beginner level type investor, right? I start off with $25 in stash. And so now I'm in 3 different platforms here. I'm in Stash, Robinhood, and Webull. So, and so this, I won't touch too much on investments on this podcast here today because, I want to give y'all some knowledge. You may have the knowledge already, but I want to, continue to, let you all know that, hey, it's okay to start off with $25 or $40, and then gradually work yourself up to the top. Because the investment money, I'm going to tell you right now, the investment money, it got to be free money. It cannot be no bill money. It cannot be no money you owe somebody. You're supposed to pay them back next week or the following day, even the same day. It have to be money that you use freely that maybe for me, I'm out to eat money, right? I'm a big guy. And so, out to eat money would be, I had to cut down on that and go into investments. And so, one of my investment clients, they was like, hey Al, I won't say the gender, how to say they plural. They was like, Al, what should I sell this and should I sell that company? And I say, well, have you tracked the company? This is your first time in this game, so make sure you track the company. If you're looking at CCL, I use the acronyms here, CCL, right? When first COVID came, the CCL stocks were, I bought mine at $9 a share, PPS, right? Approximately $9 a share. But it could gradually, it caps out at $60 a share before the pandemic came, right? And so, you got to know how to track. And I track, me personally, and everything, this discussion tonight is like all opinionated, right? But I had great results. I tracked 6 months to a year prior, before any pandemic occurred or any, in general, right? If CCL is on the market and the pandemic hasn't occurred, then I still would have tracked that company 6 months to a year prior, because I want to see what they have, how much they have grown, right? How many stocks, what's the market volume they have, right? How many market volumes they have, and how would it impact their investors or their company, right? And I won't get into all the evaluations of a company and all. No, but CCL was a great buy. Unfortunately, right now they're not shipping out right now, according to my knowledge. I may probably changed up, but Carnival Cruise Line, that's what CCL stands for. Great company, by the way. They was, I was able to buy them at a low cost, and I was able to make a great profit when the market, changed. And so the first question, the first advice to have people, first question people ask me, say, well, how should I start? Beginner, intermediate, or advanced. I have X amount of money here. I want to go in at full throttle, and have to tell them, I say, yo, please, don't go into full throttle. No. You want to be able to start off slow, learn the investment game first. So first do a budget, right? Do yourself a budget. See how much can you afford before you start playing around with this kind of currency, right? And so how much can you afford on a monthly or weekly or bi-weekly, or daily, whatever your preference in investment, see how much can you afford. And then I tell them, I say, well, once you get the budget, situated, then figure out what type of companies do you like, right? And then that go hands in hand with how today's economy is being driven, right? Technology, right? Pharmaceuticals, like Zoom, right? But they go with technology, but technology also could be computers, computer company, chips, right? And so we got to, robotics. So we got to just be careful, what company you want to invest. Because people say, hey, I got, a $35,000 investment, or a $3,500 investment. $35,000 would be one point in time. Crypto, Bitcoin was $35,000. It dropped down. Then now it's back up. But people say, hey, I own crypto. I say, oh, you paid $35,000 for that crypto? Oh no, I bought a fraction. Well, you don't own crypto. You own a fraction of a crypto. You don't own the actual crypto. You can't go back and sell it and make a $10,000 plus profit, right? You'll get a fraction of that when you sell it to. You pay $400, you'll get a fraction of that $400. You may make a good profit, but you want to see. I'm a big fan of double your money, right? You buy at the right time, you sell at the right time, right? I'm gonna be honest with you. It been times I was like, I'm gonna sit on it. Numbers going up, I'm gonna sit on it, and then so unfortunate that it went up too high and it dropped, and I said, oh, I lost money, right? And so. We got to be up. We don't want to get attached. That's one of my mistakes in the beginning of investment. I got attached to these investments, right? I got very attached to them, and so I sit on them, I hold on them, and I know it's a good profit. I just about double or triple my money in investment, right, on this investment company. So I sit on it, and then once I sit on it, and then it drops, and I lose money. I say, oh, why didn't I sell, right? So keep in mind, first off, do your budget. Second of all, make sure that whatever you do, start off as a beginner. My advice, opinionated, is up to you. Start off as a beginner's level. Track the company, whichever market you like to be in. That's fine. You can be in any market, but track the company you have interest in. 6 months to a year prior to today's date. Now, I must warn you. Now, I made a lot of mistakes, and when I first started this thing here, right? I got to the point. I said, let me run into a financial market course through Yale University. I took some couple of economics, macroeconomics, entrepreneurship courses in college. Yes, I've taken those, but I said, let me learn this more. Right, let me understand the market of New York Stock Exchange, right? The opening and the close periods, the selling and the buying periods, right? Because every domain submit their transactions at different times, ladies and gentlemen. Keep that in mind. So you want to budget first. You want to see how much money you can afford to throw away or risk. We use a technical term, risk, into the market, right? Number two, you'll see which type of industries you like, right? Well, again, technology, pharmaceuticals, it could be something like automotive or chips, right? Computer company, Coca-Cola, McDonald's. I mean, we could go on and on with this, right? And so to make sure fast food restaurant brands, beverage brands, right? We want to make sure that, they're doing good. Their growth, you may hopefully get a good ROI, return on revenue, return on investment, and then hopefully your revenue, whatever you invested, you make a good revenue out of it, and maybe you do cricket 9 to 5, and then go full throttle investment. But that's like a 9 to 5. I'm gonna tell you something. That's another thing. Don't think it's possible, but don't think, as a beginner level, don't think you could just leave and leave your job and start just wholeheartedly just start investing into the market and say, I'm gonna use all my investment to the market. No, ladies and gentlemen, I would never advise you to do that, ladies and gentlemen. Just try to keep things moderate, something you can control, right? And my portfolio, I invest in a lot of oil companies, right? Oil companies, marijuana companies, because if you think about it, that's what's going on today's time, right? That's what we need oil right now. We need, a lot of people have the medical marijuana card. So a lot of these dispensaries coming up. And so when we, look at today's time, you have to be in tune with that, right? You got to look at those companies. So that's number 2. Identify which industry you want to invest into. Number 3, I'm going to say it again. You have to track that company. Don't think for once you're finna say, I'm going to buy 3,000 shares in X, Y, and Z. And, could you see it at a $3,600 PPS, price per share rate? But that may be the max, maybe the top off. Now, it can exceed based on demand. But if you track it, maybe 3,600 being it being 3,600 for the past 2 years or so, right? So, and again, investment's not a quick get rich opportunity. It can be, but make your mind up. That's number 4. You want to do it for longevity, or you want to do it for a quick get rich opportunity, short term, and just cash out. And that's great. But I'll do a longevity. And I'm going to tell you how I benefit from me doing a longevity. So my financial portfolio is 80% dividends based. Now, what dividends based is more so like, okay, if my company make a profit, then hey, I get a check or some money into my accounts, when they submit their records. And then I check this out. I can either reinvest those funds back in the market with the same company or another company, or transfer those funds to my personal banking account. And guess what? I still own that stock, right? So I'm a big fan of dividend-based companies, right? Because I want to be able to keep the company and also make some money from that company, right? So that's number 4. Number 5, if you're not too sure about this, find a person that know what they're talking about, at least somewhat, right? A little more than you, right? And they can lead you and guide you, okay? I was able to, you can't just use Stash, you can, but I use 3 different platforms, sometimes 4, Google, read up on a company, the news of the company, updates of the company, they closing down stores, or are they going foreclosed, or are they laying off employees? All those are areas of red flags for me, because I want to be able to see what I'm investing in, right? So now let's talk about this social environment, social surrounding, and how do it, impact our youth and young adults, and even us as adults in today's time, right? And so, I had the, privilege, still do, I had the privilege to sit down with a lot of youth and young adults and adults in the communities, right? And and I go to horse races, and I also go other places as well. So I get, cultural diversity is key, ladies and gentlemen, right? And so I want to be able to it's okay to be in those environments, but don't feed into it. If that ain't for you, hey, take your own car. I got to ride out. I'll talk to y'all tomorrow. I did that plenty of times. I was able to ride, at the beginning I was riding with people trying to save gas. I'm going to ride with you, man. All right, let's ride. Then I'd be tired, eyes be red, exhausted. And, or in unfamiliar places that I'm not comfortable being in. I have to just, suck it up and say, I'm going to stay back here and, and in the background, right? And hopefully ask them if I'm ready to go. And they say, you ready to go? I say, I'm ready. Then it's a whole nother, 30 minutes to an hour, right? For they even say, let's ride. So, when so take your own car, because if you're not feeling that environment, don't sit there. Don't stand there, Now they got like companies you can pick you up, Uber, taxi, X, Y, and Z. But no, be careful and be aware of your social surrounding and how would it impact you as a person, career-wise, and also individualized-wise, right? So it's hard to be, I listen to hip-hop, listen to all type of music, hip-hop, country, gospel, most definitely, R&B. But I listen to it, right? I don't go around, trying to reenact what the artist is saying. Right? So let's try to take one or two positive pieces from that, from each of those lyrics, and apply it to your life. And so just be careful, because I'm gonna tell you something. A lot of people, youth, young adults, they just, this is a big world, and it would definitely swallow anybody up if you're not strong enough, right? So you got to be strong enough. Put yourself around individuals that could keep you on the right path, right? Keep you, hold you accountable, keep you going in the right direction. And say, okay, Al, I got people in my corner say, Al, you messing up, man. You got to get it together. And so, and I appreciate those people, because when they, and I thought about it, I used to think that individuals didn't support me, by them being up front and say, Al, you got to get together, man. You ain't gonna never, the way you going, you ain't gonna never change it. You ain't gonna never, things never change for you. Right. And so, and now I'm glad to have and it was hard. My pride, I had big pride, so it was hard for me to sit and listen to them. But see, as I continue to get older or seasoned, I'm use that term, more seasoned, I say, man, I got to start listening to these individuals, right? Because, they're at where I want to be, or I don't want to be where I was X amount of years ago. Right? So you got to accelerate every day. You got to go to the next level every day. If you go to the next level every day, every day should level up. I'll put the plan in place and execute that plan, positive plan, and level up. You have to do that. Because if you don't, you're going to be stagnant. And then you're going to be around the same individuals that do the same thing. And 10 years going down the road, and you say, man, I'm still in the same position I was 10 years ago. These years, ladies and gentlemen, they go fast, right? They go fast. And so put yourself around individuals, immerse yourself around individuals that on the same positive path as you, have goals, want to invest into their life monetarily, and also, hey, let's be straightforward, emotionally, physically, mentally, right? You got to invest into yourself. right? And then now you can help others, right? I'm a big fan of helping others. I like having, I get a joy having people out. When people call on me and say, Al, I need your help, Al, let's talk. That's how these power talks, man. I'm all up for that. Because years ago, people never done that for Al. And I ain't saying that just to, I'm not saying that just to, feel bad for me, no. But I turned a new leaf. And so now people see the value. So see the value in yourself, and people see the value in you, and they invest in you monetarily and also time and knowledge. All right. So let's get on to the last thing here. I ain't gonna hold y'all too long tonight. First time podcast. We're gonna shoot it again. We had Don Kiki's once again in Daytona Beach, Florida. Please feel free to get y'all loved one a holiday packet. At Don Kiki's and Superstore at Daytona Beach, Florida, A1A. It's the best. It's just the best. I'm smoking on one right now. It's the best. Shout out to the family here. Let's talk about this generational wealth. Everybody say, man, I want to create generational wealth. It would be businesses, or would it be knowledge, or money, property. What is generational wealth, right? I'm big on that. It's on my, here we go, gold bar status. It's on my shirt, and black economics is on my shirt, and wealth is on the back. And so the reason I push generational wealth, and mind you, please, generational wealth is for all race and gender, right, and religion, not just for a certain, market. So try to find something that you can leave your loved ones, not just one generation, but multiple generations, right? A business, a property, coins, gold bars, silver coins, stock portfolio, a savings account, anything you can think of. But the way to get started with that is to always figure out what legacy you want to leave on this earth. What legacy you want to leave to your loved ones, right? You want to figure out, okay, how do I go about creating generational wealth? And generational wealth it's so important. Ladies and gentlemen, it's so important. It make the life easier for your loved ones that's following you. That's what I'm doing it. I'm not doing it for me. I'm doing it for the individuals, my circle of trust individuals that's following my footsteps. That's what I'm leaving this stuff for. I'm sacrificing myself for my loved ones to reap the benefits in the future, right? And generations of loved ones. So I work all day and all night. I work like a horse. I drink some energy drinks or, something, right? But I got to make it happen. Because if I don't make it happen, who will? Start preparing for generational wealth. Generational wealth is so important. Generational wealth is not just for, again, a certain race or a certain gender or religion. It's for everybody. It's for everybody. So, and then generational wealth could just be about multiple things. Again, like I said, gold bars, property, money, stock portfolios, knowledge. Knowledge is power. Just get some knowledge to some youth and young adults in your family, even in the community. Get some youth, get some knowledge to them, and let them pass it on to their cousins and friends and loved ones, right? So let's just be careful, in this world. Just be careful, and overall, just be careful, with the investments in your surroundings and how to establish generational wealth, right? But all three of those, the components, my opinion, it's worth it. It's very critical to have. You got to have that, because if you don't have that, then you forever want to say, man, I wish I could have, would have. Right? I wish I could have, would have. I don't want you to experience that. So I got to wrap it up, because we're going to get it in tomorrow and, so forth and so on. We got 3 days out the week at Don Kiki's, and I'm going to give it Don Kiki, it's just a beautiful thing. This is a very beautiful thing that Don Kiki and I, the owners of Don Kiki and I, it's just a great place, man. Pool table. a lounge, big screen TV. You know, got the dominoes table, poker table. You got a view, ocean view on the side. You have to check out Don Kiki's. You have to check it out. And I'm gonna tell you something. Now, I'm already in talks with one of the owners, right? We trying to have, I want to have some domino night or spades night or something like that, you know, sit back and relax and watch a game, right? So we gotta have little talks about that. And so I'm ready to be honest, I might even invite a couple people in and come on and spend time with me at the podcast. Come on and spend time at the podcast. And after that, we come and shoot some pool, get on the poker table or the dominoes table, or we could start up a spades table, you know. But come check out Don Kiki Superstore. You will love this environment. Go on your phones, go on your tablets, computers, type in Don Kiki Daytona Cigar Superstore, Daytona Beach, Florida, and it'll pop up. Again, Don Kiki Cigar Superstore, Daytona Beach, Florida, and get your loved one of these packets here. Get one of these packets here. The legacy continues. You see, legacies continue. I'm smoking a Don Kiki right now. Beautiful, beautiful taste, right? Beautiful taste. And I'm going to tell you right now, I'm our life coach Bush, Generation Wealth Coach. Let's talk about these goals. Let's talk about the financial investments. Talk about, how can we change the youth and young adults environment, our mindset from negative to positive, And I just appreciate everybody for coming in and investing their time into me, right? By me doing speaking engagements or, partnering up with companies and doing podcasts there or just immersing myself with educated go-getters, right? And then forget about educated go-getters, right? Motivated go-getters. Nothing is impossible, right? Fear is everything. Fear can be very, very scary. But step out there. I quit my job a month ago, right? Because I had faith, I had vision, I seen opportunity, and guess what? And I prayed. And I took that leap of faith, right? And I'm blessed. Look where I'm now. I'm blessed, right? So, and there's still more to come because, first of the year, we're going full throttle more. I got to tell you, we're going full throttle more. My team and I, we not playing. I have a great team surrounding me. And we're just going to keep going and going and going until, till the wheels fall off, right? Figure of speech. So, many blessings to each of you. Thank you all for tuning in. If you're interested and sitting down with me at the podcast, Don Kiki's Cigar Superstore, let's get a cigar. Let's get some wine, a bourbon, a whiskey, soda, water, whatever you want to drink. And let's talk. Let's have this dialogue. Let's empower one another. Let's embrace one another. And let's motivate one another. Allies Coach Bush, be blessed. Much love, y'all. Y'all take it easy now. We out here.